All right, everybody, welcome back to Ocean Drive. So this is one of our really, truly novel products. This is something called Renuva. Renuva is a first-in-class biomaterial that will stimulate the durable creation of human fat. So for those of you who are getting fillers over and over again or developing filler fatigue, we have a nearly semi-permanent solution that, unlike other solutions, this is organic. This is a difference engine. So inside of this is a limited amount of volume, but once this is injected, the stroma in here interacts with the native host, grabs fat cells and forces them to divide and create new fat cells. That's what this is. And that fat that's created is permanent. It's vascularized, and by permanent I mean it'll last many, many years. This is a really fabulous product, and today we have a beautiful face to work with. I'm gonna tilt you straight. So awesome elevated cheekbone. High cheekbone means it's angled up, doesn't mean it's like way up here. So it's angled, and that's a natural inherent strength of her face. But the problem with this line is you create this area. That's called the submalar recess. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do just a little bit, just to pull up a touch. You see what happens when I pull up, that deepens. And then when we're done with this, we're gonna take a second tube and hyperdilute it, and then we're gonna fan it all through here and replace fat. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm going to rotate your beautiful face just a little away. This is an alcohol swab. So we always use an AccuVein. We're scanning here for any veins, and my treatment plane is clear. Go ahead and move that if you would. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. This is a slightly viscous product, so it takes some strength to inject it. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Good. So that's the bolus. This is a softer product. So again, it's liquid based. It's similar to like a consistency 3-2-1 of more saline, and it's a very gentle injection. Very gentle. 3, 2, 1. Just remember with this, a little can go a very, very long way. So you want to inject just a little bit here. So what we're doing is we're creating a accentuation of the malar fat pad. 3, 2, 1. Sorry. These are deep. And this is a bolus. It's perfect. Now, this area here, if you're going to create that lateral convexity, you want to create some anterior 3-2 stick, some anterior projection. Got to be careful here. You're going to be close to a danger zone. So very superficial. And you're injecting as you come out. Almost done. Tilt towards me. Three, 2, and last one on this side. Perfect. Good. So that is one side there. Last thing as well we're gonna do is there's always an opportunity to elevate just a little bit right here. 3, 2, stick. Good. Perfect. Yeah, and that is 3 cc's. So now we're gonna do the same on the other side. So I'm feeling here for the zygomaticofacial suture, which lives right there. That's the Bony landmark we're using. It's an embryologic fusion line, 3-2 stick. And you're going right on top of bone. You want to see a little wheel there. That's your end point. That wheel, in terms of volume, will be gone fairly quickly. And then the product reconstitutes 3-2-1 over the course of the next 8 to 12 weeks. Good. 3, 2, 1. As you get into this region here, this is when you want to drive a little more volume, because that's the transition from the malar to the anterior projection. So this here, 3, 2, 1, last stick here in the midface. So I'm always tenting up the needle here, or cannula, you can use either. And that is the new cheek. Last poke here. And then life gets a lot easier for you, my friend. 3, 2, and stick. Nice. Perfect. Good. A little bit of waste in the tube. It's perfect. So, there are multiple uses to this. Very similar to like a calcium hydroxyapatite, this can be significantly diluted. So the first one, we diluted 1:1, and that's because I'm trying to create volume. This we diluted 1:3, and you can see it's a different color. We're also gonna use a cannula for this. So in this scenario, the viscosity is markedly less, and we're gonna be treating the submalar area. Go ahead and rotate that way for me. So with this scenario, we want to try to create one poke hole that gives us as much access to the midface, submalar, and lower face as possible. So I usually come in from back here. 3, 2, and stick. Sorry. So that's the pilot hole. May I hand that back to you? Thank you. So this is a 21 gauge TSK cannula. We do like these cannulas specifically for Renuva because it's a little more viscous. It's a little more rigid. Go ahead and rotate that way for me, my friend. Thank you. So, slips right underneath the skin. A little pressure. So I'm going to create my avenue. So I'm right to here. You're right underneath the right underneath the dermis. You're in that subq plane where the fat lives. This is very similar to a fat graft technique. String of pearls. Retrograde, discontinuous injection, and you want to deposit. So I have 12 cc's of material here. I can use 6 cc's on this side and 6 cc's on the other. So you see how it's blunting that? Before there was a big ridge. Now it's blunted. So this and this, the swelling will be gone tomorrow. And then very similar to like a poly-L-lactic acid or something along those lines, it will repopulate over the course of 6 to 12 weeks, depending on metabolic factors. But this is designed to recreate that fat plane. You're above SMAS. Last poke. There we go. This is just like you're filling with a hyaluronic almost, even though this is not a filler. This is a biologic engine. That's pretty. That's really pretty. I love that. Perfect. Yep, we'll need 6 cc's. I'm gonna rotate you this way, my friend. Can I get that gorgeous face towards the lovely Miss Alyssa yet one more time? Little poke hole here. So I put it in at an angle, 3, 2, 1, sorry. Perfect. So you can see I'm right underneath skin, right in that subq plane. I'm gonna feather through to the anterior point, which is right at that smile line. There we go. Perfect. That looks really good. One last one. above that line. Perfect. This is going to be a little bit puffy. On this side, I get the sensors just a little more skin, a little more volume loss, and it's probably because of the car. You're driving too much. Let me hand that back to you. Tilt this way for me. Good. So a lot of this volume is just the saline. It's perfect. So that's going to volumize. So the expectation, so you see on this side how it's already smoothing out. That will continue to smooth out. This area here is going to smooth out very nicely. Let me see, is there any left there? Just a little bit. I'm going to put a little right underneath that. Actually, let's rotate just a little bit more. Thank you, my friend. And you heal like a champ. You have that poke hole? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna poke one last hole right there.
No.
You'll love this. Last one. Perfect. There we go. Last one, my friend. Perfect. That's what I wanted. You did perfect. And that is 6 cc's of Renuva, my friend. Awesome, awesome product. So tomorrow, the expectation is the skin will be a little bit smoother. There will be a touch of volume here. And then the day after that, it'll all be gone. And then over the course of the next 6 or 8 weeks, this will steadily build back up within the confines of the anatomic space. And the submalar correction is for the first time with any other filler that we have or any other injectable therapy, the malar result will be the same as the submalar result. Renuva, it's here to stay.